Well, Mama V is here, and we have to do all the latest updates with a few newspapers we have. We've been going lean so far, but, well, giving you more content when it comes to coronavirus updates. And Mama V.
Yeah, good morning, Roland. If you're just tuning in, well, this is the AM show. You missed the news, but you made it in good time for the newspapers. We'll also do the online review. We've got the myjoyonline.com, we'll do the BBC, we'll do the CNN as well. So let's begin with the Daily Graphic newspaper. I have the Graphic, I'll do the Times and the New Crusading Guide. So there are people who are taking, some of the print houses have taken a break, but certainly not the Graphic, not the Times, and not the Crusading Guide. So let's start with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page, Veronica Bucket inventor seeks government support for patenting. That story is in the paper today. UBA Ghana gives 1,925,000 Ghana cedis to COVID-19 fund. Virtual learning on TV begins April 3rd. And it comes with a picture of the Ghana Education Service boss, Professor Opoku Amankwa, the Director General. 49 COVID-19 patients treated and discharged. Also enforcing restrictions on movement, security scales up operations, additional checkpoints mounted. So it's getting tighter and tighter with security, especially when some people are making fun of the whole concept. I mean, this is not a joke. It's not cool to say that, oh, you just got out to see what the security people would do.
Mama V, yesterday I had a whole argument before I went to sleep on my old school page with a friend of mine, arguing that people were being brutalized, etc. I said, yeah, the excesses may be there, but we also need to know that people are not adhering to the guidelines, because lockdown is lockdown. Whether you call it partial or whatever, they say stay in your home area, stay in your home. And people have refused to stay in their home.
Yeah.
And I have to say that yesterday, I found out that they were inspecting the ID cards before they allowed people to move.
Yeah, exactly. But that's no license really to heckle people and abuse people as well, because you're there to enforce the law. Remember, you're not the law. Well, so if people are seen breaching, that's why we have, we prepared for this, didn't we? We did prepare for it. And I have had certain reports. I guess when we settle down and we go into the issues a bit later on, especially with that briefing that's also coming up, that there are people who are complaining that even with the ID cards, they're still heckled and not made to go to their workplaces. Some people, particularly on the Spintex Road, some reports coming through yesterday. I mean, it's no excuse to beat someone. People may be excited, but that's against the law. They are not the law, Roland Walker. Let's do the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Police search for escaped COVID-19 patients. That security operatives in Tamale have intensified their search for a COVID-19 patient who escaped from the hotel where she had been quarantined. The escapee, a Guinean woman believed to be about 21 years, was among 10 people from Guinea and Burkina Faso who tested positive on March 24 and were on a 14-day mandatory quarantine at the hotel where they were lodging. Also, 76 KIA intercepted for flouting directive offered accommodation. If you've been following the news, you know that the minority is not particularly happy about the fact that they were returned. But we've heard from the Deputy Health Minister, Alexander Aban, who says he's received assurances from the Gender Minister that they are going to be catered for. In the center spread, Vice President launches online scholarship application system. Foodstuff sellers, food vendors record low patronage. And it brings into mind a conversation that we'll be having here on the show from 7:30 a.m. So we all got a lot of food stuff before the lockdown. Is it going bad already? Do you know how to store? And did you buy beans, yam, plantain, rice, the usual suspect, right? And you've been cooking them the same way. Do you want fresh ideas? What else you could do with rice apart from rice balls, jollof, and plain rice? Something else you could do with plantain, for instance? Well, we have a great conversation on our show. Just so, you know, don't be bored at home. Try something different with the regular, apart from the regular foods that we all eat. So that'll be an interesting conversation to come after AM Business on our show. So let's do the New Crusading Guide newspaper. Front page of the New Crusading Guide. Brian Champon fights off allegations of land grabbing. He suspects someone wants to tarnish chiefs and his own image. Ghana scholarship goes online for all applications. Tension in Achim and Yenem as a youth group unduly takes over mining concession. And then on COVID-19, Ghana records 31 new recoveries. Cocoa Board supports COVID-19 fund is also another headline there on the front page of the paper. And ADB commits 1 million Ghana cedis to COVID-19. The last paper I'll do will be the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Front page of the Ghanaian Times, police arrest dozens over breach of lockdown directive. That's what we expect them to do, arrest them and not abuse them. 31 out of 161 COVID-19 patients recover and discharged. Tema police deploy 330 security personnel for partial lockdown. Police military show of force as they step up operations against lockdown defiance. On the back page of the paper, don't aid travelers into Ghana. That's a plea from the Ho Member of Parliament, Ho Central, Benjamin Kodo. He's called on the constituents to renew their sense of nationalism and fiercely fight the activities of human traffickers in some border communities who were still aiding some travelers to enter Ghana through unapproved routes. Some principal street markets in Accra relatively clean, and there's a joke around if we want to make Accra, is it Accra, the cleanest city? It's a good time to do it now because the place is virtually
I saw a post yesterday
deserted,
which was indicating that this is the time that we have to engage Zoom Lion and the rest of waste management experts or service providers to clean Accra, and I agree. And before we go,
you agree?
Yeah.
Well, what's the point? I mean, the people will come back.
Well, then we can do a full lockdown after we have finished. We have finished with the lockdown. And if I can get your permission, perhaps before we close the show, we can show the pictures of Accra.
We will. Gershon is with Adum Online. He captured some beautiful photos yesterday of some of the very significant places in the Greater Accra region. We'll show it to you. We will. Yeah, Roland, I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
Yes, sir.
Just got ahead of myself. But in the meantime, let me just show you what the front page of the new publisher is. Just show you so that we can have some time and do some other relevant things. We'll get all those pictures downloaded on the page for you, and Mamavi will take you through some sites already. She always has those sites looking out for coronavirus cases around the world. I don't know why she doesn't sleep. So I'm sure she's looking at some websites. But this is the front page of the new publisher. It's about COVID-19 girl running away, day 3 of lockdown directive. We're talking about beatings galore, and then as soldiers, cops descend on civilians, also a worry. So if we also can get the permission of Mamavi, we'll show you some pictures allegedly of some beatings at the hands of security personnel, but we'll also show you a statement from the army, the military, which is indicating that, look, you guys chill out. We really have done nothing so far, so relax. Let's see how it goes. Well, we'll see how all these also come into play when it comes to the discussions on abuses, and my opinion doesn't matter. It's a personal opinion, so I'll leave it at that. But you ask people to make sure that they get to the point where you stick to regulations, and people just don't stick to regulations. We'll see how it goes. All right. It looks like ONWMA intensifies COVID-19 fight. We love acronyms in Ghana, so I'll go to page 13 to get to know what ONWA is. Page 13. And it says, the accolade is Okankwe North Municipal Assembly. So ONMA. Okay, ONMA and they have their chief executive as Boy Lai receiving. But in Nigeria, I was also told that a student has died of coronavirus following the outbreak. And it's weeks before he was set to graduate at the Western Michigan University. Oh, okay. So he died in America, really. And a Nigerian-American student, Bassi Ofiong, died from coronavirus after being refused a test several times in Michigan. And the Punch gathered that the deceased is a 25-year-old college student studying chemical engineering at the Michigan-based university. Very sad reality of the times. Well, and Mamavi, what do we have to relevantly also take a look at? But we'll also show you the related things that are happening when it comes to the national disinfection exercise. It's in northern Ghana. We'll take you to the upper east and west region. Albert Sorry is on standby to give us the latest. And as we're there, we'll also look at myjoyonline.com.